should be up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Viewer discretion is advised. I almost sound like the guy from the Transformers, the narrator from that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ready real quick. Alright. Yo, Robbie, first on the scene. Good to see you, bud. Wait, how's the audio on this, guys? I got a new microphone, so go ahead and let me know if we're holding up pretty good over here. Just got a new microphone. Thanks again to your guys' generous super chats. So if you guys want me to get that new camera too, don't forget to go ahead and drop those. No, kidding. That's a joke. But in seriousness, thanks for watching and liking the streams and all that, guys. You've really helped the channel grow and helped us get some good equipment over here. So just want to let you know I love you guys for that. Hey, Miss Christine, glad you made it to the live chat. Greetings from Chicago. I think that's where our girl Chris is from. And Akil in the house. Good to see you guys. Sorry I'm a little late. I'm just coming back from Sin City Nerds live stream. Don't forget to go check them out. Let's get ready to reopen. All right. And let's go ahead and post this up on the old social medias over there, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to make sure everybody gets that, because YouTube has been bad with the notifications lately. I didn't even get to see Sin City Nerds stream because it notified me so late. And Dice Doctor, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. From Minnesota, yeah, where my in-laws are from, actually, so that's always good. So there you go. There's a little favoritism for you there. All right, cool. There we go. So we're on Instagram. Just got to get it on the Facebook next, and then I'll also put this up on the old YouTube, so we'll get starting. Vegas Fanatic, I knew you were going to come up. Yeah, guys, we're going to talk all about how Vegas is reopening. They've actually already started a little bit of a phase in the reopening there, and it has something to do with eating while you're there, so it's going to be good stuff. All right, let me just go ahead and put this up on YouTube over here. No guest star tonight, guys, so I don't have anyone to introduce. I'm just kind of BSing for time right now, but we're about done. Just putting this up on all the socials. Also, if you guys know a good cheap social media manager, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see if it's in the budget to hire them at this point. Make my job a little easier. All right, Spinach and Sharks. So, welcome back to the hashtag Vegas podcast. I'm your host, Ace of Vegas, and I hope you're doing well. So for today's video, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to be discussing quite a few things today. I'm live, I'm on the camera, you guys can see my new blue Snowball Classic mic over here in white, so it's going to be good stuff. Yeah, I heard about it. I heard Steven from Not Leaving Las Vegas was there. I had kind of a late night last night, so I didn't get a chance to see it on stream, but I caught his replay, and I saw Jacob's replay too, because Jacob was on stream. Or no, actually, I was on stream watching Jacob for a while, and that was pretty wild too, just seeing everybody on the strip and biking and all that. It was just so crazy to see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started, guys. So lots of things we want to go ahead and talk about today. First things first, do you guys want to go ahead and start with news, or you guys want to start with a rumor, or should we make a rumor sandwich? We get some news here, we toss a nice slice of rumor in the middle, and then we go ahead and put another slice of news on the bottom. What do you guys think there? Just go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, because we have to talk about Las Vegas Sands considering buying Wynn Resorts. Do you think Sheldon Adelson's finally going to go ahead and take over the market? We'll talk about that a little bit. We also have some news about the Caesars Eldorado merger there, so we're going to have to discuss that. And then also considering reopening the actual casinos on a restaurant basis. But it looks like Christine and Dice Docker both want to go ahead and spill that tea, or in this case, they want to go ahead and sip the beer. Let's sip the beer, guys. Sip that Sapporo, because I'm almost out of my six-pack. Oh, Dan made it to the live chat. Dan, you're just in time. We have some rumors to discuss. Let me go ahead and pull up my article over here, and yeah, we'll get into that. So we are going to go down to casino. Oh, here we go. Sheldon Adelson and the Wynn. Let's discuss that. Here it is. Okay, cool. I should probably hide myself for a second. Henshin a go-go, baby. I'm out. There we go. So, here's something going around the rumor mill right now. Now, again, just to preface this, this is a rumor. So, according to Nicole Raz at the where is it? Oh no, excuse me, that was the wrong article. According to Devin O'Connor from Casino.org, there's a rumor going around in the current casino rumor mill about the Las Vegas Sands Corporation considering purchasing Wynn Resorts. So, as of right now, you guys know that everybody's in kind of dire financial straits as far as Vegas casinos go. Nobody's making money. It costs $1 million a day to run these things, and none of them are allowed to open. So some folks are in trouble. Caesars has been in trouble. MGM's been in trouble. Allegedly, Treasure Island and Circus Circus aren't in trouble. Ask Phil Ruffin about that. Hashtag screw Phil Ruffin. He's kind of a creep, but let's not get into that right now. Let's talk about Sheldon Adelson. So Sheldon, he's the self-made billionaire that owns the Palazzo, the Venetian, and the entirety of the Las Vegas Sands Corporation. So apparently, sometime just during this whole, during the whole virus crisis, we'll go ahead and call it the crisis of virus. That's what we're going to call it, COV, crisis of virus. Apparently, Las Vegas Sands is admittedly a buyer in the current economic gaming market. So it looks like Las Vegas Sands might be looking to acquire some smaller companies right now, or maybe some other properties to kind of expand themselves a little bit. So allegedly, Sheldon Adelson has said that acquisitions are being considered during the first quarter earnings call last month, which took a big hit during the coronavirus incident. So here's a big thing. So here's the idea. Allegedly, they'd be looking to buy the Wynn. Here's the reasoning why. He's terrible not taking. Yeah, I know. Phil Ruffin kind of grinds my gears. Sheldon Adelson at least takes care of his people, so that's good stuff. So apparently, buying Wynn would allow Sands to increase its presence in the Macau market, specifically in the VIP segment of the Chinese enclave. So Sands already leads the Macau mass market in terms of gross gaming revenue. So, the low rollers, everybody's going to Sands right now and doing stuff. Yo, Pat, what's up, man? You made it just in time. We're talking about Wynn getting bought out by Sheldon Adelson, allegedly, because that's going to increase their presence in Macau, theoretically. And it's going to get a lot of VIP high rollers going there, too. So that's going to be a big increase in revenue. Because here's the thing about I know, isn't that wild? But here's the thing. Wynn is so focused on the high roller market because Galaxy has a big VIP segment and Wynn is right behind them. I think MGM is supposed to be on it too. But keep in mind, guys, this is not news. This is not news that Sheldon Adelson and Sands is looking to buy Wynn. It's just a rumor. I don't want anyone to get too hyped about it, but you know what? If you guys drop some more likes in there, we might be able to get some real news a little later on in the show. Right now, this is fake news, real rumors, whatever you want to call it. So don't want to spread misinformation. Again, this is just a rumor. That'll mean interesting stuff for the app there, depending on how it goes down. But these things are huge, and it would probably take years to get the whole thing done. Here's another interesting thing, though. The Wynn's not exactly for sale right now. Wynn is doing just fine. Wynn isn't considering any mergers. They're not considering any acquisitions right now. They've been able to pay their employees the last 60 days. I think this is the first day they haven't been able to pay them just through the shutdown, because they've been paying them since March 17th all the way through, and even factoring in their tips. So they're doing fine right now, and they're making money, and they're able to pay their people. But why else would Sheldon Adelson really want to do this? Why would Sands and Venetian want to do this? Especially since they have the physically largest hotel casino in the entire world in Macau. Doesn't Sheldon have his own odd inroads to Macau? Oh yeah, no, he has the world's biggest hotel period in Macau right now, the Venetian Macau. So, but I guess the big thing is if they can acquire most of the companies that don't have a balance sheet like they do, they don't have the potential. So I guess they're really trying to update the potential according to the casino.com or excuse me, casino.org article. So they've got like one of the best balance sheets in the industry. They're making money. You know, Sheldon Adelson himself's got like $31.5 billion. He's looking to work on integrated resorts and he wants to think strategically. So he's going hard on this, and he really wants to capture that VIP market because I think even in 2007, Macau gaming revenues trumped Las Vegas revenues. They do something absurd like 38 billion a year. What does Macau do in gaming? They're definitely beating out everywhere else. Um, I think 2019 they had 36 billion dollars in just pure gaming revenue. Who's that girl? Glad you made it over to the strip here or to the strip. No, I'm keeping close on to the show. I apologize. Is Wynn considered an integrated resort? Devin, that's a good question. I'm not really sure what the threshold is, so we'd have to consider that. But yeah, $38 billion. That's a big market over there, and they want to get ahead and get a bigger chunk of that market. There's a lot of gambling revenue in Macau right now because gambling in Macau is a much bigger deal than it is in Vegas. Vegas is about the show. It's about entertainment. So Slade is a savage in here. My grandfather is Sheldon's age, and we don't let him drive, much less create international intrigue. Oh, straight savage, bro. But Sheldon's a visionary, and I'm not sure, Slade, if your grandpa is like an eccentric billionaire. But when a guy has $31 billion, what you gonna do? Mm. So there's that. I mean, otherwise, there are other ideas for people that they could buy. I hear Australia's Crown Resorts are kind of a big idea. They might be an option right there. So, yep, big presences in Macau right there. So that's a big deal. That's how they've been able to pay their employees. They get a big share of that 36, 37, $38 billion there. So it helps. John Wick made it to the chat. What's up, buddy? Glad you guys made it. Oh man, so looks like LVS pulled. Oh, Sands pulled out of the Japan bidding because they don't have an integrated resort. That's a problem there. Oh, okay. So that might be a problem because MGM, I was under the impression was still under the bidding there. So it might be a good idea and I think Wynn might still be in the bidding right now too. So that might be another good reason for Adelson and Sands to get kind of positioned over there. But here's the real question I have, and maybe you guys think about it in the live chat here for a second. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think there's any benefit for Win right now to join with Sands? I mean, Sands they're outlining the benefits pretty well over here in this article. I just can't think of a reason that they'd really. I don't know. I don't think of a reason they need. Oh, whoa, 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 Lee! I am not. I am not that channel. I am not that channel, bro. I can't tell you if you want the stock or not. I mean, if I could imagine it would shoot up, but I don't know anything about stocks like that, man. Like I invest a little bit, but that's the retirement account. That's a whole nother thing there. One has good footing in Japan with Kazuo Okada. Interesting. Founder with Steve Wynn there. Good deal. Good deal. But yeah, what would the benefit for Win be? I mean, I guess if they're shooting for more of the mass market, that'd be pretty rough. As far as MGM goes, John, MGM put together a. Oh, yo, Patrick, yo, I got you. If you check in the description box below, it's going to be under Las Vegas Sands Resort considering Wynn Resorts takeover. It's the casino.org one. It's going to be the first thing in the description box right after the description. So go ahead and give that a shot. Give that a read real quick. I got it summarized there here though. But yeah, MGM is still trying to pay its employees. They give them furlough, but they also put together an emergency fund with something like $12 million in it or something like that. So they made an effort, but I'd say Bill Hornbuckle is still trash, but not quite as bad as Phil Ruffin. But yeah, I can't think of a single reason. I'm hoping you guys in the live chat can think of a reason why Win should merge. I mean, is the mass market that important? I'd say in Vegas it's a little more important, but the biggest thing so far would be at least last time I had read an interview or watched an interview with Steve Wynn, I think it was back in 2014. Um, he said that the only portion of his business growing, especially during the crunch, was the nightclub industry there too. And I don't think Venetian has a big booming nightclub industry right now, but that doesn't really matter because they're appealing to the mass market and they're taking care of employees, which I think is going to get the general person back. I think a benefit to Win is since nightclubs, I bet you, they're not going to be a big thing for a while. Nightclubs are expensive. They're expensive to get into. They're expensive to maintain. Entertainment's expensive, and they're not a good thing right now in a post crisis of virus world. Okay, so I think that's going to be a lot of real estate that can't be used. That's just getting, I don't know, just kind of spat on right now. So it might not be a bad idea because I can see Wynn losing a lot of money since that was a really big segment of Steve Wynn's business, especially during the credit crunch. So, Jordan made it to live chat. Jordan, what's up? Good to see you. Hey guys, not sure how many likes we have. Don't forget to smash that like button though, just so we can get these rumors to other people and we can talk about the real news for other folks that are going to Vegas. Oh, Texan Jackpotter, good to see you, buddy. Mm. Oh yeah, buffets. Oh, buffets. I don't think Venetian even has buffets too. At least not right now. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. Oh, John Blick heard a rumor too. Looks like looks like that dragon Jeff Bezos is looking to buy Vegas with his billions. Wouldn't that be something else if he actually decided? What would an Amazon hotel and casino do? I don't know. We'd have to see. Maybe that can be like a theming video, the Amazon hotel and casino. Now that we don't have enough tropical casino resorts, but might not be a bad idea. Don't worry, Slade. I'm always gonna have rumors for you, Brett, because a lot of this is still speculation. Even the factual articles are still speculation. But hey, I appreciate that thumbs up over there. Thanks for liking and subscribing, my friends. That'd be a good idea, Pat. Call it the Amazon. Jeff Bezos, the dragon, owning the Amazon. But yeah, that's the only reason I can think of for the Win, even wanting to bother with the merger is because they're just hurting in their entertainment segment so much and they want to get some more of the mass market back because having stayed at the Win, it's not like average Joe friendly. Like I wouldn't say it's horribly expensive to stay over there. I mean Saturday was $440 I think a night in March, which was about regular for March Madness. I thought it was a pretty good value for the money. It was just, yeah, $440 a night. Yeah, average Joe's probably not going to have that in his paycheck. Average Joe can't handle a $400 emergency right now. So who knows? Who knows? Mm. We'll have to consider that. But yeah, since they're so entertainment heavy and so focused on the high roller, I guess the real question is how many high rollers can they get back that quickly? So that's the only reason I can think of for them to even entertain this idea. Yep, Wooden Palace is in Macau. That is correct, Evan. Yep. So they got a presence over there, so it wouldn't be a bad idea. And they've got money over there. They've got the big Asian gamblers gambling over there too right now, just getting money out of China, and China's their economy's popping right now. Well, it was up until what happened, but nobody's economy is popping right now. That's just how it is. Yeah, average Joe has to walk half a mile to get a value price meal. So yeah, except for tacos el gordo, so which are deliciosos. Just for the record, street tacos reales. Gotta love the reales, auténtico, and it's I think it's still family owned, which is pretty good. Yeah, Wynn has Wynn Macau, Encore Macau, Wynn Palace, all in Macau. Yeah, Wynn has a huge foothold in Macau. So, and if you're really looking for Macau gaming revenue, Macau is the place. But I think in Vegas, they're just so dead even, and Las Vegas Sands has a good presence in Vegas right now. So I guess that'd be the only other benefit for Wynn is just getting a bigger presence in Las Vegas. But otherwise, I can't think of a thing. Have you guys thought of anything else in the comment section as to why Wynn should do this, or should we go ahead and jump over to the next portion of things here? Because I was thinking about the fact that there's another acquisition that might be in trouble, and I've got some speculation after we get through this next news article over here. So let's go ahead and do that. But let's see, full tip poker. Nope. Okay, nothing else in the comment section, guys. Okay, here let's go ahead and slide on down. Let's slide on down to the Caesars merger over here. So I'm not sure if you guys remember. Do you guys remember way back? I think this was one of my first big videos. When MGM Resorts International was allegedly considering buying Caesars Entertainment, because Caesars was just getting out of bankruptcy and they were looking for friends, and their stock price was like $5 a share or $6 a share, and they were just hurting. They were in bad shape. Well, it turned out that, you know, the logistics behind MGM buying Caesars was horrific. I mean, they would have ran into all sorts of oligopoly and monopoly laws and all that. They did in bad shape. But you know who wouldn't be in trouble? Eldorado. So if someone wanted to go ahead and get those Caesars Palace hotel rooms over there, those tower rooms, Eldorado was going to do it. And you know what? They actually got approval from the gaming board to do so. But, and here's the big but, we're talking Kim Kardashian big butt over here. They may or may not be in a little bit of trouble over here. So it was going to be a $17.3 billion acquisition of Caesars right now. Yes, MGM has a really bad monopoly on the Strip. Who's that girl? You're 100% right. Or at least an oligopoly. I'm sure there's a legal definition that I'm not quite on somewhere, but they have a lot of presence on the Strip. They didn't need to buy like the next third of the Strip, because they had a third of the Strip, and I think Caesars had something like a fifth of the Strip or a quarter of the Strip. It would have been obtuse. They would have had like 2/3 of the Strip at the end of it. May as well just call it MGM Town at that point. But since Eldorado's getting in here, let's see here. So here's the big thing. So they're trying to. So Eldorado announced last year that they were looking to buy Caesars Entertainment at this point, and Caesars still owns a lot of resorts in the Strip. I mean, it was. Oh yes, Kim K Big, definitely Kim K Big, but you know, Caesars still has Bally's, Flamingo, Caesars Palace, Paris, all those great properties over there. I think they have like 8 or 9 properties still right now. So what Eldorado was fixing to do, they were looking to buy all the properties. They were going to go ahead and pass them $7.2 billion in cash and another 77 million shares of stock, which was supposed to be something like another $10 billion. And then they'd also buy the debt off of Caesars. So kind of a big move there. And Carl Icahn was 100% behind it. Tony Rodeo, that screw up, was 100% behind it too. So it looked like it was going to go ahead and go down. Big thing, obviously, both companies are pretty much on life support. They're shut down like any other casino hotel in the industry right now. So that's just kind of the way it is. But here's the problem: since the stock options have dropped, the Eldorado stock is supposed to be. I think it was a lot more. It was worth like 10 billion back then, but let's see, Eldorado stock. I think Eldorado stock dropped down to like $23 a share right now, and they're supposed to be at like it was supposed to be like 90% of that. So $23 a share times 0.9, and that'd be times 77, and that's times a million. I think it'd only be like, I don't know. It's still like, no, it's only like $1.5 billion. So they'd take a huge drop over there. So that Caesars would only be getting like something like $8 or $9 million worth of stuff to go ahead and take over. Oh yeah, there you go, John. Although I mean, I guess the Hotel California is kind of Cali themed, but it's just kind of named like that, or it might be named after the song. I don't know. So that could be kind of rough. So the $17 billion acquisition kind of turned into like a $10 billion acquisition, give or take how much debt they're picking up, though. Yeah, much love to the Vegas locals and all the Vegas locals that come by the chat over here, too, because I'm a tourist, and you guys know I'm a tourist, but y'all still come and hang out anyway, just because we real about it. So shout-outs to the real ones, and also shout-outs to our friends there. Who's that girl? What's happening to Circus? They're fine. Phil Ruffin's renovating. He said he's got like he's got 500 million cash. He's not worried about it. He can keep running the place for a while. He says, quote, that he can keep running it for 20 years. And we'll see about that. I think public pools are already open, Big Daddy, but casino pools are going to have to wait until their casino gets together. But we'll see about that. But yeah, they're renovating Circus right now. I think they're going to be fine. But Eldorado's looking like they're hurting. Yeah, but since Eldorado stock is down over 63% since the acquisition was announced, And I think it's bounced back a little bit since the article was written. The article was written back in April 22nd of this year, so that might be kind of a big deal. The cash portion apparently could also be a problem. Oh, Justin, glad you made it, brother. Say hi to the wife for me. Palms, I think they were sold, but it's like a lease back deal too. I'd have to research that. I completely forgot what happened there. It's such a shame. It's really such a shame there. Another $1 billion involving. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Eldorado was supposed to be using like 3.6 billion in the debt to fund an acquisition. They were supposed to be doing another like $1 billion in revolving debt. It was a whole bunch of crazy Wall Street stuff they were supposed to be doing, and now it's looking like a lot of the money's going to be gone for it. So they're in a little bit of trouble, and also it doesn't help that their revenue's down. See, Caesar's revenue is down 13%, obviously because there was an entire month they couldn't do anything. And Eldorado was down 25.6%, also because there's nothing they could do during their quarter 1 call. So they're all in just a little bit of trouble. This is as of May 12th, according to their first quarter call over there. And I mean, they've got a ton of slot machines, ton of table games. They could definitely make it back if they were able to open. Now, how does this tie back to the original article and the original rumor? Let's go ahead and turn this news article into a rumor. What do you guys say? You guys up for some more rumors? Because I'm pretty sure that this could be the out that Sheldon Adelson is looking for right here. Just putting it out here. Caesars Palace rebranded as Las Vegas Sands, or Caesars Sands. Think about that for a minute. How many properties does Las Vegas Sands properties in Vegas? Palms will do well. Oh yeah, there you go. That's good stuff. Let me see. They have the Venetian, the Palazzo, Marina Bay Sands. Yeah, I think they only have like 3 or 4 properties in there. There's the Plaza Las Vegas, Venetian Macau, Sands Macau, Venetian Las Vegas, Marina Bay Sands, which I'm pretty sure is not. Oh yeah, I think they only have the 2 in Vegas right now, and then they have the Sands Expo and Convention Center. So they only have like 3 properties in Las Vegas right now. So, what better way to expand? Because I thought about this too with Caesars, like Wynn could buy them. I considered that and speculated on it during the MGM video a couple years ago. But it turned out that Wynn wasn't interested in acquiring Caesars, at least not outwardly interested. But yes, oh, there you go. Justin's got a good point over there. Since we're going down the rumor road, I feel like even though a property like Caesars is iconic on the Strip, it goes without saying that no property is sacred in Vegas. True. And then, Palms isn't reopening either. Yeah, so this could be some trouble. I mean, nothing's a monument out there, so this could be a good chance for Sands to do something and do some rebranding. So yeah, Caesar's Palace could be the Sand at Caesars pretty soon here. Who knows? Again, this is just speculation. This isn't even a real rumor at this point, but they're definitely just speculation right now. So given how much trouble that Caesars is in, and they're not going to get that $17 billion, it might not be a bad idea for Sands to kind of jump in there and say, hey, and I know you're not getting that $17 billion. Maybe we slide you 12 and you join us a little bit. What do you guys think? I don't know if you guys were. Hey Jay, glad you made it in here. Jay, what do you think, man? If you were Tony Rodeo right now, and we're gonna go ahead and ignore the fact that Tony Rodeo's a screw up. Let's pretend that you're Tony Rodeo, so he'd be competent. Assuming you were Tony Rodeo, would you jump at the offer of $12.5 billion if Sheldon Adelson rolled up and said, hey, $12.5 billion cash, I'll assume your debt. You want to go ahead and jump in over here? We rebrand Caesar's Palace as Sand at Caesars. We call it good. What do you guys think? I don't know. Just with all this going down right now, they're going to need... I think Caesars is going to need a lifeline. They could be in trouble if they don't get any help. I'd be a little worried about it. But yeah, from a business survival standpoint, it's just kind of what we're looking at over there. If you're going to save Caesars, They might have to. Oh, you think Tony Rodeo would walk from it? Now Jay, I'm thinking, I'm gonna pretend that Tony Rodeo is you, though, and you're competent. Tony Rodeo is not. Would you take the 12.5 million, or what do you think? You would or you wouldn't, or why or why not? Oh, Graham, glad you made it from Ireland. I can't do an Irish accent, but I sure can welcome you to the stream. So welcome, my friend. Hawk does a killer Irish accent. Gonna have to check his stream again when I get back. But yeah, guys, just looking at it. Now, that said, it looks like the acquisition is supposed to move forward. Um, it's going to be kind of a gamble because if Eldorado closes the acquisition, it's going to be a super leveraged company just going into like a really, really bad recession right now, another big recession. And this one could be like Great Depression levels here. So that's going to be kind of a problem. And, and Caesars is pretty much only doing as well as it's doing right now because of the acquisition. The acquisition jumped Caesar's stock price. I think it nearly doubled it in a day, and now it's back down to like 8.50 or something like that, or $10 a share or something. It's bounced back a little bit, but that's basically what's holding it together. So it kind of makes you wonder what's the best way. Either way, this deal is so fragile, and if one thing goes one way or another, you're going to be in really bad shape as Carl Icahn or Tony Rodeo, or just owning either or. So that's going to be kind of the big thing. We Run Vegas. Thank you, brother. Thanks for coming by. Also, guys, if you missed a little bit of Vegas, We Run Vegas, he's got some great little vlogs of the short, simple, sweet Cosmo room tours over there. Just makes you feel like you're there with them. So I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Don't forget to look those up after we're done here. But we're coming up on the bottom of the hour. And here I am, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, everybody knows. Yeah, Eldorado is a lot more. It's a lot more local. But Caesars is just that kind of iconic name over there, guys. So don't forget about that. But yeah, it's gonna be rough either way. But let's see. So Jay had an opinion on it. Let's go ahead and go back to the live chat. So Jay's thinking it's too much pressure and the money is not going to be the same they were making before. So he's got to realize he's going to be starting all over essentially. And Justin says, on the other hand, if Caesars were to merge with another company, question is which name has the most brand power. And the name recognition is a big thing, a lot bigger than most people realize. That's true. MGM and Mirage had such a big thing. They kept them as MGM Mirage for quite some time. Until they got rebranded as MGM Resorts International. But they kept Mirage in there. Mirage was only one property. MGM Resorts International was like a dozen properties, but it was so important they kept it hyphenated. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Oh, John Wick, that is a good question. Here's the thing about businesses in Vegas. So John asked in the live chat, poor business practices from these resorts to be going bankrupt after a couple of months off. Don't they make millions per month? Correct, yes. But here's another thing, bro. The business expenses are insane there. Like everything they do costs them money. Like hosting, those stores definitely pay rent and all that. But like what they do for the high rollers costs them money. What they do for the low rollers costs them money. My Vegas slots costs them money. Win slots costs them money. All that good type of stuff. It costs like $1 million to $1.5 million a day to run a casino. I think the super high end ones cost $3 million because you have to staff them. You're paying a lot of staff. You have like 1 to 2 staff for every theoretical guest in the property that's staying at the property. So they're paying even 2 guys. So if you show up there, and even if you're going there for a day, they have a guy there for you and a guy there for your wife. That's just for you and your wife, or you and your husband, or whoever. That's $80,000 a year. So it's going to be kind of the big thing. So they have a big cash flow coming in, but they also have a lot going out. They break a lot of eggs and sell some really big omelets. That's kind of the kicker there. So that's why they probably haven't been saving quite as much capital, and that's why it costs so much money to acquire these things. Jay, I'm not too sure about it. I wanted to go back to Vegas in June. June's not looking great right now on the calendar. So I wanted to go back in July to try and support my favorite casinos. I wanted to support Venetian, give them some of my gambling money because they paid their people. Wanted to support Wynn, give them some of my restaurant and club money because they paid their people. Wanted to go to MGM and give them some of my pool money, buy a cabana or something like that because they paid their people. I'd really like to support. They say what you will about these casinos. Their owners are like trash, honestly. Most of the owners and CEOs are trash. But the companies themselves and the wonderful people that run them, I'd say even the worst of them. Like I just want to support the people in the casinos. You know what I mean? Like my boy Henry that works at New York, bartender up there. I want to go back and support him. I want to go support Jessica at New York at the and Jesus at New York at the at that little Chinese sushi restaurant. I'm not sure it's Chinese and sushi at the same time because sushi's Japanese, but that little restaurant. I think it's Chin Chan uh, restaurant in New York. I want to go see them. I want to support them. I want to make sure that they're doing well, that their families are doing well, that they're paying their mortgage, they're paying their rent. They're the most important thing to me. But I probably won't be able to probably won't be able to get back until July. And I really hope when you guys get back, hope if you guys have a relationship with, any of the bartenders or the servers, housekeepers, anything like that, go back to their property best you can. If you feel kind of weird about staying at it over there, go somewhere else where they at least supported their employees, but go visit them at least and like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure you get that tip money over here. I hate what Caesars did to you, but you know what, you're the best, and thanks for coming back and taking care of me. That's my opinion on it. I'm not worried about the big corporations. I'm worried about the people running them. You know. Okay, that's it. Yep. Checking out new places that yeah, you got it. We gotta take care of that. Got to take care of that. And Chris was 100% right on that cast with Mike from Vegas Pod Tunes. So don't forget to go check him out too. But yeah, guys, just remember the properties that supported their people. I think we did a live stream on it where we tiered the properties based on their support of the people and their plan to keep you guys safe. That was your guys' decision, not mine. I disagreed with a couple of them, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and defer to my Spinners and Sharks because I believe in you guys. All right. So my final thoughts on this over here. Obviously, the Eldorado acquisition is gonna go through. The real question is would anyone else be able to buy it afterward? Would Sands be in a good position to pick up Eldorado after that? But then that also opens a really uh, big arena for them because then that's another national brand that has a lot of has a lot of local casinos and all that too. So don't forget about that. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and pull up the next portion of the live stream over here. Don't forget to drop that like button over there, just so I can go ahead and keep buying new microphones. Again, you guys have gotten me discovered over here, and I appreciate y'all. And you're definitely got me a great new mic, so we don't have that popcorn cooking like we did on Friday's stream. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. Much love, much love. Anthony made it in. Good to see you, buddy. Mm. Okay, let me go ahead and get on the chat over here. Anthony, you totally should have been on the game show for Hog and 2 Cent. I think you would have slayed it, man. But let's go ahead and talk about less about game shows and talk more about restaurants here. So as you guys can see, we got a fancy restaurant in front of Caesar's Palace and across from the Bellagio fountains. This is in the Bellagio. I think this one's in the Bellagio. I can't tell from the angle. It looks like it's across from Bellagio and also in Bellagio. It's weird. I don't recognize the restaurant. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys recognize the restaurant. Hit me up about that. Giada. Okay. John Wick knows the restaurant. Giada is that in Bellagio or is that in, what is that in? I don't remember where that is. Is that in Cromwell? Oh, that's in the Cromwell, isn't it, bro? Yeah, I think that's in the Cromwell. I remember that one now. I've never actually been there because I haven't been ball enough to go to a restaurant like that. I might be able to nowadays, now that we got the a little revenue coming from the channel and all. But, oh, yep, Fran confirms Cromwell. Thank you, Fran. 21 more likes in the live chat for Fran coming up. Oh, Justin didn't like it. Justin, we're going to have to talk off stream about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the restaurants themselves coming through. So it looks like we might be able to go back to Vegas casinos there, but there's a caveat. So the Vegas casinos are kinda open up. They've gotten the okay to kinda open up as of this last Friday, or excuse me, this last Saturday on the 9th, not the 16th that just passed, but the 9th, so the Saturday before this last one that passed. But there's a caveat. The restaurants are the only things that are allowed to open right now. Now, does that mean that they're going to? Not right away. Let me explain. Now, there are some logistics behind it. So the thing about it is that the restaurants basically have to have street access, you know? So restaurants have to have they have to be able to function like regular restaurants. So most of the restaurants in Fremont Street, they're open now. A lot of the restaurants in the mall are open now, and they have certain rules. Like you have to have a lot, like you have to have like a lineup. Oh, Jay's a chef, and he thinks Giada's is overrated. So that's two negative reviews for Giada. All right, gotcha. So we'll hold off on that. Thank you, Jay and Justin, for giving me the heads up there. So appreciate it. Okay, cool. But here's the thing. So if they don't have street access, then they have to find a way to prevent people from congregating and roaming into parts of the hotel casino that are still closed, i.e., literally everything else. So just FYI. Just want to go ahead and let you guys know that. So you won't be able to go into the casino gaming floor, obviously. You won't be able to go to the nightclubs. You won't be able to go to the pools, which could possibly make it a little bit of a problem for poolside restaurants, too. So you won't be able to go to those. You won't be able to go to the bars over there. Oh, nice. All right. Oh, Anthony thinks I'd enjoy it anyway, so that's good stuff. All right, cool. So we might have to look at Hell's Kitchen then instead of Giada's, but we'll see. Maybe I'll try them both. Maybe I'll just try them both anyway. So here's some other stuff. So it might be easiest for some of the strip restaurants that are kind of on the side, but a lot of places might not open too, because you'd have to pay for parking on the strip, and the locals are the only ones that can go there right now. Is the thing. Since most of us are under travel ban, so I wouldn't be able to fly out there. So my wife and I wouldn't be able to fly out there. Mark can't come in from Canada to fly in from here. Another example. I think Hog and Two Cent are coming from Texas. Dick and Kayleen aren't coming from Sin City Nerds. Bridger, he's stuck overseas. So is Matrix. I mean, all my mates are stuck at home because none of them are in Vegas. I don't think TVP can even drive in from Cali right now because was on a super lockdown. So we'll go ahead and see how that goes. Actually, I have my yeah. I mean, you can't fly unless it's essential right now. Oh, Hollywood, good to see you. Overseas people 100% are banned. The borders are closed. I understand. Oh, John, can you guys pleasure travel yet? Not like there'd be a lot of places for us to stay anyway. I mean, you'd have to stay way off strip at just like a regular hotel, so you wouldn't be able to stay at a hotel casino. So I guess you'd fly in, stay at a regular like hotel or Motel 6 or whatever, and then I guess you go to the strip somehow. You'd go in through like a really small line. You'd sit down. You'd have a steak or whatever after the line, 6 feet apart from everybody else with a lower occupancy. Then you'd have a beer and go home, I guess, and you go back to that and you just fly away. I don't know. I don't know. So it just seems like the logistics are a nightmare. So local casinos might open up restaurants maybe first, just because it's easier for people to park there, and it'd probably be easier for them to get their people back too, which might be kind of a thing. But otherwise, yeah, there's just not gonna be. Yep, see, John knows. Yeah, he and his lady wanted to go play tennis, and there wasn't much to do. Yeah, Jeff, here's hoping that we do get a good Fourth of July weekend where we can actually go there. But yeah, so a couple more logistics over here. So first part of the logistics is that they'd have to corner it off so people can't go onto the casino floor, can't go into the casino lobby, can't go up to the rooms, can't go over to anything else. So you have to keep that in mind. So they'd have to make it so you're just funneled straight into the restaurant. Seating. You have to keep the seating. They'd have to reduce seating two ways. One, they'd have to physically space it out. So people are 6 feet apart, kind of like they did in the Macau restaurants. Yes, Macau is not Vegas, but the concept behind the casinos is the casinos and the restaurants and it's a similar concept. And let's be honest, they're all being run by the same bloody company. So same six companies are running it. So it's a similar concept. They're not the same, but similar concept. Just wanted to go ahead and put that out there. So there's the physical distancing. Here's another thing to consider. You also have to consider the capacity. So even to open the full casino, they'd still have to cut the capacity in half. So they'd have to physically remove chairs too. So you'd only be able to seat 50% of the capacity. So if you have a 200-seat restaurant, you'd only be able to seat 100. That'd be a bit of a problem, especially considering how expensive some of those restaurants are to run. I mean, you got to have like the best chefs. You got to make sure you get the best cuts and meat and all that. You got to order. You got to get your wine. You got to get some pretty expensive stuff there just to go ahead and run it. You pay the staff, and then you got to have people that are willing to pay those prices too. So that's another thing. So how many people are coming back in, pleasure traveling right now, especially when we've had so many people lose their jobs over this whole epidemic. And I mean, do we have the economics there? Is it worth it? Oh, crazy seeing the empty strip. Oh yeah, it's rough. It is rough, John. I gotta admit. Yeah, it's just very difficult to kind of figure out how much it is. I mean, you figure food, staff, ordering food, just getting that. They're not opening the casino, so I mean, are you going to be able to make enough money? Are people going to be going in and out? You're not just going to be working on. Oh no, John, I didn't know about that. You might have to drop that link in the description box so I can go ahead and see what the strip looks like on that stream over there. Um, yeah, so I mean, casinos aren't just Oh, yeah, go ahead and message it to me. Do it up. Oh yeah, so I know it's just been kind of a weird thing. Now, I guess a nice thing about being able to open the restaurants would be it's kind of a soft opening. Actually, Las Vegas Review Journal in their article about it, they go through this whole thing. Um, so they go through all the logistics of it, trying to get people into the casino, trying to keep them away from each other. Also, the bathrooms too. So you'd also have to make sure that the restaurant has a bathroom inside the area. Are they going to raise the price? That's another good question, Anthony. Are they going to be raising the prices here? Does the casino have a bathroom? Does the obviously the casino has a bathroom, but does the restaurant have a bathroom? And if the restaurant doesn't, like a lot of these ones don't, I'll ask about, hey, where's the washroom? I want to go wash my hands, and they'll point me to the casino on a lot of these cases over here. So I'll be like, all right, cool. Well, I'll be right back. And or if I'm out with the wife, I'll be like, honey, I'll be right back. You just go ahead and watch my beer, make sure nobody touches it, whatever. Then I got to run 10 minutes down the hall to the bathroom, to the washroom, and then by the time I get back, my steak's already cold and it's rough. And I can only imagine having to get someone to get across the gaming floor without getting physically on the gaming floor because they design all these places to. I mean, the Wynn itself is a great example. It's designed where you have to cut through the casino to get basically anywhere. So that'd be a rough thing. And yeah, even the revenue, because they're only going to get half the people. It costs so much to get the place going. I don't know all the economic logistics of getting the place going over there, but if you're only going to get half the people at maximum, and then well, your maximum is only going to be half the people. What are you going to do if only a quarter of that half show up? 12.5% occupancy is not good for a restaurant. I don't think 50% occupancy is good for a restaurant. So I know I'm kind of rambling on this over here, but I know there's some pent up demand, but we're not going to necessarily have the economy for it. We're losing out on all international tourists, period. We're probably missing out on a lot of the domestic tourists. I'd venture to say most domestic tourists. Got some friends in New York. We were talking about a Vegas trip. They can't come out because they're not allowed to leave the state. A lot of people are still in hard lockdown. We don't even have casinos out here in Colorado right now. All of our casinos were shut down as well too, and we're not looking at a reopening anytime soon. Put like, all right. Oh, nice. Appreciate it, John. We'll go ahead and check that out. Buffets. Ooh, Deshaun, I'm not even sure about the buffets right now, dog. Because we're just talking about regular restaurants, and regular restaurants have all these rather excessive rules right now. So I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be able to pull that off. They're going to be in a really rough spot. Oh, Arizona casinos are indeed open. Thank you, Waste Not Want Not. 42 likes for Waste Not Want Not for giving us that heads up over there. Appreciate you guys. So on the other hand, though, oh, people were lined up in waiting on Friday. Thank you, Malcolm. Okay, good to know. Okay, so there is a want there. I guess the real question is how much money are people going to have, and are they going to be able to get out that way, and is it going to be worth it? So there are a lot of economic factors. Now, on the other hand, trying to open up one of these casinos over here might not be a bad idea since they're kind of phasing the reopenings anyway. This might be a good way to get an estimate of how many rooms they can open in these hotel casinos. It might be a good way to estimate how quickly they should get everybody back to things. You know what I mean? Like if they reopen, let's say, I don't know, Gene George over at Aria. I think I have a vlog on that. I haven't been able to release quite yet. The wife wants to go ahead and do some editing on that. She's getting really into editing right now, so she wants to go ahead and do some editing. So based on that, if someone does want to show up over there and they have like 50% occupancy, if they actually max out the occupancy at Gene George and they still have like 75%, they'd have normally 75% occupancy, but they just max out of their 50, and the remaining 25% is like, yo, I'm in line, what are we going to go ahead and do? Then that might encourage more casinos to open up a little quicker and kind of get their act together, get more people signed on and hired up. But then I guess the question is, how long is that demand going to stay there? It's going to be really, really kind of tricky there. You know what I mean? I know I miss those buffets right now, but buffets probably aren't going to be a thing. I don't think I saw buffets on the list of the in casino restaurants that are allowed to open. They'll probably be pretty difficult to work on. And also insurance is going to be kind of a big thing. So if what happens in Macau happened in Vegas, because I understand, or I think it might have been in China. I apologize. I can't remember exactly where it was, but there was a restaurant that had reopened either in China or Macau, and they linked I think another 14 cases, 9 to 14 cases, something absurd like that, to one diner that had been through. So if that happens, then these casinos, the restaurants for sure, and the casinos by extension, could be in a lot of trouble. So that might hit the insurance a little differently. It could be really difficult to do. I don't know, Spinners and Sharks. What do you guys think? What do you guys think there? Should they be reopening the restaurants inside the casinos? Is it beneficial? Um, Yo, Dan, good to see you in the live chat, buddy. Same deal with you, Sam Lee. Glad you made it. Yeah, I think it might have been some lower like 9 or 6. I can't remember the exact quote. Otherwise, I'd have an article for you guys and I'd show it. But I just remember reading it. I don't remember where the article was. So take that with a grain of salt, guys. But do you guys think it's time to go ahead and reopen those restaurants? I mean, I miss going to my local pub right now, straight up. I like having a beer at home, but it feels weird sitting here in the dark drinking beer right now, even though I'm drinking beer with 40 of my closest friends, you guys, in here in the live chat. It just still kind of feels weird doing it. So, you know. So Anthony in the live chat's thinking it won't benefit me because it's mostly fine dining in there. So Anthony's not really big on the fine dining. He's definitely more of a rustic sort of guy. Likes rustic, classic sort of stuff. I bet you like proper, authentic street tacos, maybe proper, authentic Thai food and all that. Oh, Knives, 52 friends. Thanks, Knives. Appreciate you. Glad you made it in, by the way. Let's see. John Wick's thinking they should have the buffets walk you in with a wristband, take your plate of food, and load it up. Just walk them in there. That's nice. Right on, right on. Good stuff. Okay, Waste Not, Want Not. Planning a birthday trip in August. 4 nights to the Wynn. 3 from Wynn slots. Planning to upgrade. Just okay with social distancing. Rather play blackjack alone. Okay, so you're down with the going back. But what do you think of the restaurants, though? Are you ready to go back to a Vegas restaurant? Hmm. Ah, there you go. Waste Not, Want Not. Fine dining is the explicit reason we stay at the Wynn. We're vegan. Oh, that's actually pretty cool, too. Waste Not, Want Not. Not sure if you know my spouse. She's vegetarian, too. So having the vegetarian option and having proper restaurants has actually been really, really helpful for us in Vegas. So if we have limited options, it might not be a good thing because she won't be able to eat very much. And well, who doesn't want to eat on a Vegas trip? That's like the worst. That'd be the worst thing, not being able to eat in Vegas because they have the best food anywhere. I swear. Like they bring the best food to you. Dan's got an interesting comment in the live chat here. I feel like some of the places are definitely going to have to cut down on how many people usually sit in there, meaning they'll take a few tables away here and there if you know what I mean. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of holes in there. That's definitely going to be a big thing. See, John's not too interested in the seafood in there. The buffets are going to open back up more cafeteria style whenever they open back up. That's an interesting point there, Malcolm. Do you think they're going to be? I don't know. I'm wondering about it. How expensive are the buffets going to be at that point too? Especially since they won't have quite as many people working there. Deshaun's got a good question for us in the live chat. I have a reservation for Planet Hollywood the 26th through the 3rd of September. So August 26th, that is, through September 3rd. Do you think everything will be worked out by then? I don't think it's going to be normal. Oh, Anthony, thanks, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for that super chat, man. You know, like 42 thank yous to Anthony. I totally stole that from Steven. My bad, Steven, if you watch the replay. I stole that from you, brother. But you're doing great. And Anthony, thanks again, man, and thanks for keeping us up on all this. Lobster buffet at Silverton is a food poisoning haven. Yeah, it's gonna be rough trying to get all the just with all the restrictions as is, and restaurants are highly regulated anyway, which I think is a good thing. I don't want people to get sick from food in addition to getting sick from all this upper respiratory stuff that's going on right now. It's never a good thing. We don't want anyone to get sick, and that'd make life a lot worse. And we definitely lose a lot of restaurants, and a lot of good people will lose their jobs probably through no fault of their own. So, I mean, it's not a waiter's fault that you get food poisoning 9 times out of 10. So there's that. Oh man, okay. Well, I know we're coming up on top of the hour over here. Gonna go ahead and see about wrapping up some final thoughts. As far as casino restaurants reopening, I'm not sure how many of them on the strip are going to reopen. I bet you the locals are definitely going to go ahead and reopen. I wouldn't mind reopening one of the local restaurants up in Blackhawk. I wouldn't mind that, but I'm not going to go out of my way there, just because it's such a long drive and there's nothing to do outside of going to the restaurant up there. And they have some pretty great restaurants downtown in Denver there that wouldn't take me quite as long. It wouldn't be a 2-hour drive just to also wait for a reservation for a very similarly priced restaurant. So it wouldn't be a big benefit for me. So I really don't feel like most of the tourist-centric places like Black Hawk here in Colorado, or even Cripple Creek, because that's like a 4-hour drive from our house too. And definitely not the strip. It would not benefit. Fremont, I noticed they already started to open up restaurants, and they seem to be doing okay. But Fremont's a little more locals friendly, so that might be a helpful thing for them. But I said just go ahead and maybe 1 or 2 on the strip with street access, but do a little soft opening. But personally, if I were Bill Hornbuckle or Tony Rodeo or Carl Eichen or any of those guys, I'd kind of hold off for a little while. Let's see what else we got in the live chat over here. Number of the restaurants and buffets, they're probably gonna shoot up their prices a little bit. I'm hoping that they all benefit from some of these aid packages so they don't have to do it too much. But margins on food are already so razor thin. I mean, if you really want to help out your local restaurant, get another beer. Like don't order dessert, order beer, because that's where they make their money from, is the alcoholic beverages and even the non-alcoholic beverages. Like 8 cents to make a Pepsi, and then they charge you $3 for a glass of extra. That's why they give you unlimited refills, because you drink 4 or 5 glasses that only cost them 50 cents, and they made $2.50 on you. It's not even a big deal for them. So, just as a heads up, if you're gonna order a drink, order for a drink from a local restaurant. That's where they make their margin. No big deal. Oh man, let's see. As far as everyone else in the live chat, any other final thoughts in the live chat before we go ahead and wrap this up? I got some Sin City nerds to catch up on, and I think Cinnamon Girl, she's supposed to be doing a live stream after this over here. I got to check my notifications because YouTube hasn't been good with my notifications, and I've been missing a lot of my friends because of that, and I'm a little cross about it. But yeah, guys, so Margaritaville might be one that opens up. John had to cancel his Bellagio nights, and they only had dates up to the 31st there. Yeah, guys, let's just go ahead and I'm going to hold off on planning my next Vegas trip until June. I think June 1st. So who knows? Maybe you'll go ahead and plan maybe you guys can help me plan my Vegas trip. We'll do that maybe May 31st. We'll look at things May 31st, and we'll decide if it's a good idea to go ahead and do a Vegas trip. What do you guys think? Oh, Rodney's going August 16th, so Rodney's feeling pretty good about this. Rod thinks it's going to be ready August 16th. John's down to do some planning. I love that. Good deal, guys. Knew I could count on you, man. Wynn is booked July 10th through the 13th. Hopefully it opens up. Yeah, John Daly is hoping to get there by July, and John Wick wants to go by his birthday in September there. So we'll see how that goes there. But yeah, Malcolm's down to plan it too. Actually, come to think of it, I think I know Rocktober is supposed to be a thing too. I think Nick's trying to get out. Sin City Nerds Nick is trying to get out there, so I might hit him up and see when he's going to Vegas if he can get out that way. Because I think his son's due right about then. I'll have to hit him up. Yeah, Patrick, I'm sorry, but Pat's one of our neighbors from the north, so he won't be able to get out past the border quite yet. But no, we'll go ahead and see about things. Anthony, let me know when you're going in December, though, bro, because we had to cancel a big family trip that was international. So we'll probably be going to Vegas, me and the wife, so you can go ahead and swing on down. We'll buy a round of beers for you, bud. Oh, man. Sounds like John's turning that big 24 over there. Yeah, boy. It'll be good for September. You'll still have pools and all that. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace to Kobe. And there's the howl there, guys. Okay, there's the neighborhood howl. That marks the end of the hashtag Vegas Video Podcast. Thanks again for everyone dropping by. But yeah, in conclusion, I'm feeling like hoping the casinos are able to open a very small portion of the restaurants. I wouldn't go overboard there. Really hoping the acquisition with Eldorado and Caesars goes well so that those companies both survive. And Sheldon Adelson, I don't know, go buy a pool somewhere. Spend your money elsewhere. I don't know. But anyway, my spinners and sharks, thanks for coming by, giving me that support. Love you guys lots. So this is Ace of Vegas signing out, wishing you all strong hands, happy spinning, and of course, good health. Good night, everybody.